Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnote of Wisdom Inspired Life. This is another episode in an occasional continuing series on the challenges of living a wisdom inspired life. So, why do I spend time on the challenges? Well, first of all, the ability to live a wisdom inspired life is extraordinarily rewarding and valuable. I have a number of previous episodes articulating the benefits of living a wisdom inspired life. At its heart, a wisdom inspired life is one that is guided not by our ego, but by our soul. Our soul is that spark of divinity in all of us. Intuition is the voice of our soul, and our soul is the spark of divinity that exists in all of us. So it's where God influences our life directly. Okay? Well, that's where we need to get to, and it's the highest level of life that humans can live today, albeit it's challenging for many people, and I'm trying to articulate what those challenges are. In the two previous episodes, I talked about the importance of ignorance as a challenge and talked about the fact that even with the efforts and where I am in my own journey, I recognize that I am extraordinarily ignorant. The second part I talked about was ego, and ego is all about me and my and winning. And when you don't recognize that you're ignorant, and when you harness that to an ego that thinks it's always right, life is going to be challenging. I'll leave it at that. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about two elements that kind of like the reverse of each other. One is attachment, and it can be attachment to things, attachment to people, attachment to way of thinking. And on the other hand, aversion, namely, I don't like that, I don't like him or her, and I don't like that way of thinking, as examples, okay? Whenever we have attachment or aversion, we put ourselves in a very little box. And that box says, I believe this and this only, and don't confuse me with facts about anything else. I really know what I think I know. Don't try and convince me of doing anything different. And from my personal experience and from my broader experience in working with the great wisdom traditions, this makes it very difficult to proceed, especially when you realize and I spent as much time talking about ignorance, how ignorant we really, really are. And your ego has a hard time accepting that because ego likes to think, hey, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm all-knowing, I know what's right for me, sort of thing, okay? So those combination of things make it very difficult to move forward. And what I have found is, as I look back several decades ago, when I was attached to a worldview, a world model, about thoughts about how life worked, I was very attached to that. And I had an aversion to alternative approaches. And it kept me in a very small box. I look back now and I go, wow, was I ignorant? Yes. Was I closed to change? Was I closed to opening up to new ways of thinking? You bet I was. I thought I knew what was right for me. I was unique and all that sort of thing. Well, so you take a look at the combination of ignorance, ego, attachment, and aversion, and you've got a rather toxic combination that keep you locked in pretty much where you are and difficult to progress. And having said that, how much opportunity do we have to progress? It would be mind-blowing to most listeners to this how much we can grow and change in spectacularly positive ways. That's what a wisdom-inspired life is all about. When God is directly speaking to you and guiding your choices instead of your ego, major changes come in your life. Okay? So I want to share with you a quote from Paramahansa Yogananda on this topic of attachment and aversion. It gives you some sense from a God-realized being, some perspective. Quoting, man's ignorance distorts his sense of right and wrong, good and evil, and creates in him the dual opposites of likes and dislikes. He is attached to what he likes and avoids what he dislikes, rather than exercising discriminative free choice and following what is truly right and best for him. And I should also add him or her. Okay? Okay. Ignorance distorts our sense of right and wrong. It leads us to attaching to certain ways of things and having an aversion to other ways of things. It keeps us locked in a fairly small box. When I look across my life and the amount of personal growth that I've been able to experience in this life, I am so appreciative that I've let go of attachments, still have some I need to let go of aversions, have more of those that I need to let go of. I got all that on the progress in there. Recognizing my ignorance, working every day to let go of my ego and replace letting my soul guide me day to day, minute to minute, where I become a servant for humanity, which is what Wisdom Inspired Life is for me, bringing these messages to you, and a way of helping people wake up and understand the wonderful possibilities of love and joy and wisdom that you can experience during the course of your human journey. Okay, I recognize I'm a little bit more excited about this topic than I have been about many, but I think it is that important. So I hope this has been helpful to you. These are the challenges that you face. Please go back and look at the episodes on the benefits of a wisdom-inspired life. Look at those two kind of together, and I think they will produce a good balance for you. I'll be back in a future episode talking about a little bit more about the challenges of living a wisdom-inspired life. I hope this has been helpful to you, and thank you very much for watching it.